Hey everyone, how's it going? Just try to finish that drawing and share with you behind the scene. How was everybody's day? Hey, thank you very much. Manik, thank you very much. Where are you from, by the way? Just add a little bit of light to make the portrait more interesting. It's not done yet because the air, it's just I just put the charcoal only by itself. It's not precise yet. It's just as a layout. It's general things. Just did to see how it's gonna be. Right now, just put some interesting light. And to move forward with the portrait. So everyone, if you drawing, just let me know if you have any question I could answer. I would be happy to do that for you. For example, how to shade the tool I use if you just started. I will be more than happy to answer your questions. So the reason I do the live this format, it's like a horizontal format. It's because I will post it on my YouTube channel. After I've done it, we'll post it so everyone can rewatch it. So if you don't subscribe yet, take the time and subscribe. That will be very great. Oh, we have really interesting skin right here. I'm just gonna show you. It's right here on the face. A lot of interesting things. But the thing I gonna do this part, the air, and going to refine the air. And after I will be doing those specific thing, like more details. Sometime sometime you wanna watch to do the details as soon as possible. But sometimes you need to take time to see how the general things go in first, and by that you can go into the detail really smoothly. Just gonna add some interesting light. Not too much. By the way, if you might ask which medium I use to draw that portrait, I use charcoal powder. I make the powder with like a pencil. Sometimes I use pencil to do the powder. Sometimes I use stick charcoal, and everything charcoal I use them. So I took a knife and make powder with that pencil or stick of charcoal. So I have these things they use to put painting on it, but I use to put charcoal on it so that I can use really beautiful. And if you want to draw rapidly, charcoal, it's really, really interesting medium to try. because I use the powder with makeup brushes. I was looking for the words. I use makeup brushes, and in a few minutes, you get the face almost done. So when I use graphite, it's very, very, very different because you need to use the graphite first. You need to use stomp, blending stomp. You need to use multiple layers. I still use graphite. I have portrait I'm doing right now with graphite, but I'm really like the struggle how you can do it so rapidly and you already get a realistic look with less effort. So guys, if you see when I'm talking, I'm pause a lot to looking for the words I'm trying to reach out. It's first I'm learning a new language, and I'm giving myself like a certain habit to speak, because sometimes a lot of people try to use too much filler words, and I'm trying to give myself that tiny, tiny, tiny habit and learn new words in the language as well. Yeah, sometimes people say you post too much, man. It's annoying. Yeah, sometimes people don't like that. So I just telling you to already know the reason why. I believe that brush was one side brush. I believe it was that side. Yeah, it was that one. And I took another one. I put them together. So the reason I did that because I used that one a lot. And the one I used, I mean, that one, the stick was broken. So I found a way to put them together. And now I have one brush with two sides. And also, it's really interesting because it's sometimes when you have a lot of tool, when you have something like this, it saves you space. So everyone who already saw the picture. I, g- I always have this tendency to try to do makeups on the portrait. For example, he has a lot of mark on his faces, and I'm not gonna put them. So I just gonna add the tiny ones, the tiny one, not the big one, so that it can look more younger. And sometimes they like that when I'm doing that. Say, no way, I'm looking bad. It's like going to the hospital and they get a certain result. So I'm not gonna put everything on his face. Just a little bit. So a lot of people I met who started or just want to get into drawing. Sometimes you see people who have influence, like great artists have influence on YouTube, on the social media. They use a lot of tool, and I was looking at them also. But the real truth is you don't need all those tools, all this pencil, all the material you see they are using. When I started also, when I saw those tools they use in it, I told myself I need to have those things before I get started. So I wait for a while and I shift my mind to say, because where I was living, we don't have too much material available to us. And sometimes when we have them in the store, they have so much artists. Sometimes they took them for friends who have artists. You don't have time to get them. So you need to be flexible with everything you have to practice. And it's really interesting now. I have so much material, I don't even use them anymore. So the lesson is, don't you don't need a lot of tool to start. Even one pencil, it's okay, it's fine to start right now. And the thing you really want, it's not the tool, but it's the practice. I guarantee you guys, if you have only one pencil, if it's like only a school pencil, not professional for drawing pencil, it's okay. Just start with what you have and start practicing. When you have enough practice, enough experience, you can do everything with only what you have. Because what you have, you're gonna practice with that every day, and you're gonna master that one pencil, that one tool you have. And one day when you're gonna find the tool you really wanna practice or experience to work with, it's gonna be more easier because you have this flexibility to work on any kind of paper, with any kind of pencil, it's give you that freedom. So guys, don't wait to have the same tool with people you see already have. Just start with everything you have. The tool doesn't matter, but the practice does. The practice does. So the next step will be the hair. It's gonna be the hair because the hair it's messy right now. We're just gonna use a little bit of light and make it more beautiful, realistic. For example, I'm using that pencil, but if you have only one pencil, what you can do is, if you want, you can use only that pencil to do the whole drawing. Sometimes what I'm doing is experience, or yeah, experience a little bit. I took one pencil and do the entire drawing with. So what I did is take the pencil, make powder, and use that same pencil to make the details also. So I don't use as much graphite. I gonna use after, for example, to make the little bit of details on the mouth, every part of the face. But you can use only one pencil to do everything. You only need to practice. That's it. Not only practice, sorry. Because sometimes when we practice, we see ourselves getting nowhere. Practice and feedback. Most of the time, it's self feedback. Sometimes you're gonna have some friends who gonna give you some feedback. Not any friends, like people gonna give you feedback to move forward. Not people who's gonna disencourage you. Because that's one of the things that kept me going when I was started, when I was maybe 12, 13. Even it was not beautiful, to not say ugly. My parents, my mom, my aunt always told me, yeah, it's beautiful. You know, for next time we can do this a little bit better, this a little bit better, you know. It's really interesting, you know. And those tiny encouragement and little feedback or positive feedback can keep you move forward. And also you're gonna have some time, you're gonna need also yourself, you know, to give yourself feedback, like self feedback. I don't know how to say it in English. Maybe it's called another, they use another words, or I don't know what. You give yourself feedback before you see someone, you know. For example, if you are self-taught artist, it will be a great and amazing practice to yourself. Sometimes you don't have people next to you to give you feedback, but yourself is the first person who can give you that genuine feedback. For example, if I'm doing the drawing right now and I gonna put it on a wall, I gonna sit down and look at the drawing with the references multiple time for 10-20 minutes, in sometime more than that, and see what's missing, what I didn't do well, and what I did well. So when you have those little practice, you get confident, even when you don't have people to encourage you, you know, that give you a certain maturity to get better by your own self, you know. And you look what's good on the drawing, what you did well, and what you didn't do well. And you're asking yourself, oh, how can I get better next time, you know? If I did, for example, the air wasn't good enough, is it, for example, you can ask yourself, if it was impatient, what was the cause that I didn't that well, you know? And the next time you do the portrait, not the same portrait, you know, because you're not gonna do everything perfectly. On the next portrait or the next drawing or the next painting, you're gonna use that same feedback with the last drawing, the last painting, and apply that feedback where you miss that opportunity to make it beautiful. And so next drawing, you're looking for those things, you you're gonna do it better, and you practice that same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's gonna become naturally. It's gonna become naturally to progress on the way, not only in, not in days, but along the way, you know. So self feedback, it's crucial. It's really important, guys. So I'm using the same pencil I used to do the face, but I use it with less pressure to add some texture in. I mean some details on the face, because it's shock, or sometimes when you use too much pressure, it's gonna look ugly. So we have some. Not gonna put too much. Because those texture should be doing with graphite pencil. But sometimes I took times to experience in every drawing I'm doing, to see how it's look like, to create that flexibility with what you have. To not be too much too much attached to certain tools. Thank you very much. Work be planet. Thank you very much. We're doing our best. Are you practicing art also? So, guys, when you try to do that, also, for example, the technique I don't use, but I've just experienced on the portrait right now, it's if you have the tendency to have some fun or experience, use it with just a tap, because it's chalk already. You're not gonna have the chance put to remove it like this. It's better to put less pressure, to have little mark. If it's not enough, just put little again, just little. until you get the result you want. Yeah, by saying put lead also, sometimes it's okay also when you made mistake you put too much. The thing is how you gonna remove that on the face on your drawing. That's the reason I said practice will practice it's everything, because when I made those mistakes I learned from them. Now even I make them again, I know how to face them. So if you made that mistake you don't know how to remove them. It's easy. I just gonna show you. For example, you can use that eraser, which is needle eraser. It's a flexible eraser. But that one it's old, it's not too flexible as it was. And you can use that pencil eraser also. So that pencil eraser, if I, for example, I see that mark on the drawing, but I don't want to leave it on his face because I see it's not beautiful. I can remove it. For example, you're gonna see it right here, one here and one here. I can remove that one because I want to make him like more younger. And they really like when I'm doing that, like remove those things in their faces. It's like going to a doctor and say, I want to remove that, but I can't do that only in the peak, only in the portrait. For example, I want to remove that mark. So you're gonna put little pressure, like doing a circle movement. You can do that with even you do in a graphite drawing, because that one is a charcoal drawing. You can do that in every drawing you want. So you took that any mark. Now I have this Faber-Castell. You can use any mark, Stedler, any mark you want. It's gonna give you the same result. For example, if you see it's a little bit dirty right here, you can clean it first to get better result. For example, you can clean it on a tissue, like on your pant, on everything you want. Or if you want, you can clean it on a sandpaper, but I'm just using my pant. So the trick is simple. It's just know how to do it, how to apply it. It's go where you want to remove that. It's like it's funny what I'm gonna say. It's it's like you want to Photoshop that. You want to Photoshop that mark, and you go there. You don't put too much pressure. It's like little, like gentle pressure. You're doing like circle, smoothly, smoothly, not too much because you're gonna move away some powder, not too much. So you gonna see that little white things. So now I've been Photoshop that that mark easily. So any mark you have on a drawing, it's really simple to remove it. So you're gonna use the same tools to just going into make it now it's disappear, you know. It's really simple, and a lot of people give up on the drawing for only those things because sometimes it's huge. But the thing is, sometimes mistake really important to learn things, you know. So I believe that. So I will move it. It's clear. If you see also you didn't get it properly on the first time, it's okay. Just keep practicing that because that head movement it's come with practice, you know. It's okay to not doing it. Sometimes you can go and doing it right now. It goes perfectly. But if you're not doing it as I just showed you, it's okay. Just practice it over and over and over and over again. You're gonna see how it's gonna come naturally. Mhm. So I'm just put a little bit of details on the air, make it more interesting as I saw on the picture. Sometimes when people saw other artists doing like realistic portrait, so they don't go put everything perfectly first, you know. They goes I believe everyone has his own technique. But the way I doing it is to go from general first and specific. For example, all these thing is general first to all have this motivation to see I'm almost there, you know, not to go doing the air, do everything on the air. It's like it's gonna take times. I don't need to be very like the picture. like copy every details. Not to do your things also, but just do the maximum you can. So guys, as I told you, I'm using the same pencil to do the hair, almost everything. So it's just a way to show you it's not about really the tools, it's about the experience you have with the tool you have. Let's go to the hair. The hair, it's, it's not a lot of things as people think it is. It's like doing circle. It's like doing circle and make those circle look interesting and add some really interesting light also. So that gonna give you beautiful hair. So when you're doing that with the charcoal, it's look great even in the first layer because the charcoal give you that look of realistic rapidly. that's that's one of the reason I like charcoal so much. Because sometimes when I'm doing portrait with graphite, it took me little bit much time than that. Because sometimes I use in when I'm doing portrait, I do experience to do portrait only with charcoal. Sometimes portrait only with graphite. Sometimes portrait with both, with graphite and charcoal. It's really interesting to experience yourself also to see what you can make with what you have. Hope you guys learned some things today, you know. Hope you learned something on behind the scene, on the progress of that drawing, because that's the reason I did go live to show a little bit. Because sometimes when I'm doing the drawing, like just by myself, I already know those things. But if I'm going live, I can share something with someone, you know. Maybe sometimes they were stuck in a certain part. Just explain to them or see how I did that can help that person, you know. Maybe I should try to go live more often. So we start looking beautifully step by step, you know. It's require patience and techniques, and the patience you're gonna fight it by practicing. But if I have only two I could share, it would be practice and feedback. It's like get better at little things every day, and in months it's gonna compound to something much more better than that. Yeah, sometimes it can be annoying to see how all this process, you know, because sometimes when you look at a video editing, it's, I mean, a video you post, it's really different because they're gonna show you in an interesting way that you want to keep watching, you know. And sometimes when you watch all of those steps, it's good, but sometimes you will lose, how to say that, patience to keep learning because you looking for small piece of things. Maybe I could take that video and edit it, put music on it, and make it more interesting. it's always interesting to put like lost hair when you're drawing hair. It's like to not looking, I mean, to look more interesting, more real. Because sometimes when it's too, I don't know the word in English, maybe static, when it's like in one place, it's look like Photoshop, it's look like a picture, no? It's look like automatic robot things, no? But it's always nice to put some lost hair on your drawing to look more interesting. Not too much, not too much. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just gonna take a little bit of, that's too much. And also, that eraser, it's really nice when you have that background. It's not really dirty, but when you have dirty background, it just goes smoothly and remove certain details you don't want to show up on your drawing. Because sometimes when you took like a normal eraser, when you erase that mark, sometimes you move the paper, and sometimes it leave marks on your drawing also. So it's always interesting because when I didn't have that little mono zero eraser, I use like a pencil who have eraser. I just make it really tiny to use. Sometimes you need to create things you don't have. And when you will have those things, just be grateful, guys. For example, I have a little tiny light, probably. Oh, it's right here. It's a shiny light, not too much. When I was started, I was really addicted to those videos. Looking people who is making details on hair, faces. But the thing is, it's really, it's like mesmerized because it's so peaceful when you look in those tiny, tiny, tiny things because it takes time and it's really interesting also to watch. Just not gonna put a lot. So when you use the eraser, it's gonna give you that look of, you're gonna see the hairs like pop off on the drawings like 3D. You're gonna see the hair starting pop out on the paper, and it's really interesting. Maybe what I can do also, I can put the drawing process I'm doing and put them as a course on YouTube for free to let people who want to learn more, because that was one of the thing when I was started. I was looking for like a channel to that shows you behind the scene, but not everyone want to do that because it. But that is one of the thing I wanna do, like put step by step course on my YouTube for free, so that people can learn from them, even beginner or advanced. It's look nice. It's look very nice. Yeah, one secret also, guys. It's always nice to encourage yourself, Don't wait to others. Hey, that's great, man. It's look very good. Try to congratulate yourself first, Do not be depend on people, on other people. Sometimes if you don't have those people to show your work, to congratulate you, you're gonna you're not gonna feel good about it. So always try to congratulate yourself. Sometimes even if it's not good or perfect, yeah, it's not good, it's not good. It's not perfect, but I can do better. So simple things can help you get better every day. It's not perfect. I did my best, and next time I believe it can be better. So I'm just using a little bit of highlight with the mono zero to get that shyness right here, because sometimes you're not gonna see them if you don't put them. That's gonna give you an interesting look on your drawing. The thing is with that eraser, it give you like odd light. But if you want to get like a smooth light, you can still use the same eraser, but with different pressure. It's gonna give like odd light on the face. You can just use it more smoothly if you only have that. But if you don't, you have multiple eraser, what you can do is, for the smooth light, you can use the needle eraser, which is after the mono eraser. But if you want like a smooth light, you wanna have control on like the smooth ones, you can use that pencil eraser, because you just tap and you have the result you want. And also with that eraser, you can do skin. It's not skin tone. I don't remember the word. I mean, the little details like this mark on the face. As I put smooth light under, you're gonna see it pop off like a two. It's look real. Just took your brush or your blending stop, and you go again just a little bit. And ta-da! It's look real. Just watching my references. And they have really interesting light on that part of the face. I did it too. I did that put yet. And also he has something on his eyeball or something like this, like Simba. Something like Simba. But I did put it, I will put it, maybe it's East High, you know? It's little things. Sometimes I don't put them, but I believe maybe it's his style. Like Simba. Yeah, it's look nice. It's really interesting. It's look nice. Just gonna add some light, interesting light, which is on the picture. I don't put them myself. Which is very, very, very interesting. So that gonna show you where the light come from, you know? I mean came from. Yeah, sometimes I don't use the verb properly. That's the yeah, my phone was yeah, my phone was dead. Hopefully YouTube creates something really cool that even my phone was dying. I can return back, plug my phone, and continue. That's really cool. And I can save that video to share with more people that they can see and learn. Or edit that video. You have an interesting light on the eyes right here. So those lights are really important to in the drawing. So when you use for detail, guys, be careful. Very, very, very be careful. So if you're not confident enough to do the same thing, put it in your finger and cut it. What you can do is put it on the table and do it like this. It's more safe. I would recommend that. It's more safe to do it that way. So I will use that little things, that eraser, that mono zero to do that interesting light I just saw. That's gonna give like reflection. It's pretty cool. I didn't even saw that. Just see right now that side it's more bright in the picture. So I will add a little bit of light on that side also. Hey, there we go. It's much better. It's very much better. It's very much better right now. I believe the light play important role on the drawing also. For example, I didn't add that light right here. It's like tiny things. Which is important on drawing. And tiny things also right here. Add some shadow a little bit to add the light I want to add to make it more beautiful, more interesting as I see it on the picture. Now I can add it. Maybe it's too bright. Just a little. Just a little. Just a little. Just a little bit. You know, it's really interesting also. You can just use the eraser and tap it. That gonna give you a nice look, like the skin tone you want without using any graphite. Don't tell anyone our secret. It's a little bit of light, but on that side it's more like odd light. It's really bright. So I just add a smooth light. Now I can add a little bit with that eraser. Beautiful. So the mouth it's not done yet. That part it's not done yet. So we're just working on that part. Just making it beautiful. So I will use that same pencil we used before, just to add some little mark that we called skin. Not gonna add too much, just to add a little bit. I believe that drawing also I did today, film all of that by itself, it's like a class. By itself, it's a class. But anyway, I will post it on my YouTube to get more people on this masterclass. Because you see everything behind the scene, how I create skin tone, details, add light, doing hair, almost everything. It's really interesting drawing. I just gonna put some light. Gotta see how it's look like. It's give you that look of realism. 90 minutes already. Nice. So, everyone, thank you very much for being here. Hope you learn a lot of things today. And see you very soon. Oh, my friend, Malto. How's it going, man? Yeah, I just saw that, man. I just saw that. I was there like almost 1.5 hour. But it's okay, you're gonna find, maybe I gonna, no, I gonna post it on the YouTube, and maybe take it to make it more, like edit the video. Smash that like button. Thank you, my friend. So, guys, see you very, very soon. And Umel too. See you very soon, my friend. See you on Instagram, bro. See you, my man, and have a great day, guys. Enjoy the weekend.